Okay, it looks like we're live. I'm a little late. I had some things I needed to finish up at work, and so I could not leave. So here's what we have. Um, this was our range, um, pretty tight pre-market range here. Why does it seem smaller than usual? Like extra small. Um, Yeah, so there was news at 9:30, which didn't really do anything. Our range is 220, so there's your first indication of being overbought, even though we've already sold down like a lot. Um, we broke above here, and then we came back. So we broke immediately upon open. There was no opportunity to enter. um, so if I was doing my old strategy, I would have entered this candle back up. But I'm actually looking for a sell back down if we get one. I don't know if we will, but I would be looking for a sell based off of, oh goodness. Yeah, based off of this. Um, yeah, again, I'm just kind of late to the party because um yeah, I was not in. We do have news at 9, so I don't know what we're going to be doing with that. Um, but yeah, news at 9. Um, looks like we might get a sell off of this. Maybe. I said maybe. I don't know. It looked like we were going to, and then okay, there it is. Um, hold up. Why will my mouse move? Okay. So, hold up, maybe not. And it just bought back up again. Okay. Yeah, that was not looking promising. So, that should have been a sell based off of, um, what was I saying? It should have been a sell, but it wasn't. So, we weren't even in there because, yeah, we were not even in there. So, ouch. Goodness, my neck. Yeah, it's continuing to buy back up. It is a good thing I did not sell. I was about to, um, because we were overbought. We sold, but we sold so much. We sold pretty quickly. Um, where are we in terms of, there's a sell. Bum, 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 bum. Hold up. Okay, well, now it's too late. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to see where we're trying to go, because it looked like we were selling, but then we're not. And this doesn't look good, doesn't look great. Um anyways, because we could be coming all the way back up to this, which is why I don't know, I'm not convinced that we're selling just yet. Or at all. Maybe we don't sell. Maybe we continue to buy. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I again late to the party, always, always. So I should mark this because this was your entry based off of initial break and retest. I'm gonna mark that um right here. that's your, well, why is this so big? This is your entry based off of um the initial break and then your first green break after a retest. Um, ugh, goodness. Hmm. Still trading lower than yesterday when we were all the way up here. We were trading all the way almost to the 900s. And then we just didn't make it. Okay. I mean, already this has been kind of, I wouldn't say invalidated, but it's not, it held, but I don't know for how long. So I'm not doing anything with that because our entry should have been this single brick right here if we were gonna continue selling, and we clearly are not. So um not jumping in was a good thing because the market um did not agree with that. So and like I said, news at 9. So I don't know what we're doing, but yeah, we do have news at 9. So I'm not expecting any huge moves to be happening before that. So, but yeah, the initial core of my strategy actually did go right here. Break, pull back, enter. I mean, it worked quite nicely actually, but um I was looking for this. So, we're still keeping track of, what it does over here, but at the same time, I'm not um yeah, at the same time, I would not. Eesh, goodness. Oopsie. All right, so what are we seeing? So there's more, um, our CBD's higher. We're up in the 4,000s. We're at an equal high, I guess you'd call it. We're selling, oh, I really thought there'd be an entry there. Apparently not. Okay, so all right, so our 15-minute range just got completed above our pre-market. So I'm thinking the 15 minutes gonna be the more relevant one because we broke this immediately. So um we still have about 14 minutes till news hits. We're really trying to trade the continuation back down. Um, but we may not get a pushback down into the range, which is fine. Um, See, our cumulative volume delta is increasing, but we're staying in the exact same spot. Okay, we have a nice little push away from this. Just a little push though. Where is this guy? Okay. Got 11 minutes till news hits. There we go. Maybe we're gonna come back to this, or we're just heading to the bottom. I don't know. Let's wait and see what it does. Honestly, I'm waiting for after news. Got 9 minutes till news. Sorry, I'm looking at I can never find hair products, but I'm looking at some right now online because I need to do like an order. I went to the store the other day and well, actually, now I was gonna go to the store. I literally had to drive across the street because I was running a bunch of errands And I was gonna go and I was like, you know what? I'll just order it online. Then I never did. So, 3 minutes till news. Almost 1 minute till news. Hold on. 40 seconds till news. Just waiting. Let's see if we spike up and drop down. I don't know. Let's see what we do. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're coming down, down, down. All right, so we tapped back inside of this range very briefly. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, so we broke down, then we came back out, closed. Did we close here? Where did we close? Hold on. We closed there. So you'd be waiting for a pullback if we were to use the same principle of re-entry, break, hold above, pullback, continuation. We'll see. Yikes. So that would have been your entry. It was kind of a brief one. Let's see if it comes back down. And we're back into it. See? Um, yeah, I'm kind of waiting for a new overbought or oversold blind form. I'm not really doing anything at this point because we're just kind of in the 15-minute range right now. So alerts. Okay. Okay. I just finished my Amazon order. Little under $50 for some essential items that I have been missing for quite some time. Okay. So, yeah, I have my alerts. One second, let me scroll because this is okay. It's bothering me. And I need to scroll again. Yeah, whenever the line starts extending too far, I just scroll back to where the line started. And that usually fixes it. Okay. All right. So news didn't do anything special today, so that's fine. All right, we'll just let this go. I'm going to get back to work, and if I hear a ding, I will come back. All right, so we got our alert. So we bought up as we did right here. Um, well, that was my water bottle. Okay, so yeah, we bought up. Um, we're looking for an an overbought line to form, but first we have to wait for this to close. Okay, so that closed below. This one can't go above, it has to close below, and then we need a green brick to form, or a series of green bricks to form. If this one closes above this, it invalidates this line, and it's a no-go. So there's your green brick that formed. We want to see because we're still buy heavy. Um, we got about 10 seconds on this one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we just invalidated that. Perfect. Overbought again, so we want to see. Yeah, want to see a new line form, honestly. Um, but we don't necessarily, right? Because if we're just gonna keep buying, that's great. Like that actually is good, you know. We don't want to get caught in this trying to sell when it's not selling, you know. So this is gonna close oi, in 10 seconds. Okay, we close, we didn't form. So this would need to stay below this high before it would form another overbought zone. It would have to close. It has 40 seconds. It has 40 seconds to not close. All right, so a new line just formed. I want to see this close without, okay, it's just breaking right through. That's good to see, I guess. No, but that's what you want. Like, if it's gonna invalidate it, then I'd rather it invalidate quickly rather than chopping and doing a bunch of nonsense, you know? I'd rather it invalidate quickly instead of giving a false indication that it's gonna turn around and it doesn't, you know? Um, as we push higher, I'd like to see more participation. If we don't, could be set up for a nice turnaround. Okay, so what you're waiting for, this has to close below, has to, we have 35 seconds. Looks like we will maybe get that closed below. Hey. Ugh. Yeah, I had sat down. I was about to get on. I was on my computer. I was going through um I make a list every week, and then every week I try to um okay, so there we go. We want to get a pull back and not break this, not invalidate it. Um but yeah, so what was I saying? I don't remember. Oh yeah. So basically every week I make a list, and the list is basically to just to kind of because every week I have to do a report, and today is my report day. So every week I have to do this report. Okay, so as long as we don't invalidate this and continue buying way above it, this would be your pullback territory. If we continue to buy way above it, then no. What was I saying? Yeah, so and we continue to buy. So it's fine. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so every week I have to do a report, basically saying what I did the entire week. And after a whole week, sometimes it's hard to be like, yeah, what did I do this week? So every week I do yeah, every week I do a list, and I write on the list everything I need to accomplish that week plus the next couple of weeks, like just everything that's on my to-do list. I put it all on a list, and then as I go throughout the week I just cross it off, right? This is what I did this. So every week there's a certain number of items. Not everything is ever always crossed off, but every week I cross something off the list, and that way um, and that way when I go back to do my report, I look at all the crossed off items. And it also helps me, like sometimes I get like in a slump where I'll do get something done and I'll be like, what to do now? Like what am I gonna do now? And so that's where the list comes in handy, is because I can just pop over to the list and be like, okay, what's on here that needs to be done? What can I cross off the list, right? And then some things carry over. Like if I don't do it, um, if I don't get something done, it carries over into the next, um, it carries over into the next week. And so sometimes, okay, so there's your close. So let's see, this one needs to not invalidate this. And then I also have to see some form of a pullback, just a little one, just a baby one. Um, but yeah, so what was I saying? I don't remember. Anyways, so oh yeah, some things carry over because I also have to do case notes, which I do on Friday, but some things will carry over. So like one week I'll say I need to get this done, and then it doesn't get done, and then it doesn't get done the next week or the next week. And so when that starts to happen, when things aren't getting done, then what I'll do is, I'll like highlight items like this is priority, get this done. That way, whoa, okay, we just came all the way up, smashed through that. We didn't, did we invalidate it? I think we did invalidate it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so what was I saying? Yeah, so it's very, what was I saying? I don't even know. Yeah, so it's a very good way to keep track of what I'm doing. So Whenever I sit down, I automatically know, okay, this is what I'm doing today. I'll pick a couple of things on my list and say, this is what I'm doing today. Um, and then other days I'll be like, okay, this is what I'm doing this day. And so it's always something. It'll always be something. Um, okay, so there's your new one that just formed because we invalidated the last one. So I'm looking for a pullback that doesn't invalidate this last one. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I'm looking for a pullback that doesn't invalidate. We are very buy heavy, so um I'm looking for sellers to be stepping in because like I said, very buy heavy. We're very close to creating a brick and we did not. We were like one tick away from creating that. Actually, no, we technically should have created it because the high was 7.1. I don't know why it's saying that. Okay, so now we should have created a break, to be honest. We should have, and we did not. We'll just see what it does. It should have created a break simply because when you saw this candle come up, right? The high of this candle is 7.1, and that means the brick should have formed 7.1 would have been up here. So it should have formed and it didn't, which is fine. We just created a new one even lower, which is very odd. Okay, so let's just wait for this to give us a valid pullback. Let's not get hasty. Just wait for a valid pullback because we created two separate ones. Um, yeah, we created a series of them here, 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 and this one was lower than the other one, so. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so there's your first green brick pullback. If we get a red one, we will enter for a sell. However, like I said, we are very buy heavy, so I might just enter like two contracts. Um, yeah, just like two or something. Because, yeah, this just might not be a very clean move back down, at least back to the 15 minute. That's what I'd be looking for, is back to the 15 minute. So we're waiting for this to form. We're waiting for price to move, right? We're not just entering because, oh, you see a a color, like, price has to be moving. Um, and who knows? We could be stuck in this. I don't know. It doesn't look very okay. There's your cell right there. 1 second. Come on. What? I was moving my mouse. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna wait then. I'm not just gonna jump in because the cell was here, and if we can get back up here, then that would be good. If we cannot, then that is okay. There is no need to hurry or to rush anything. No need to no need to rush any trades. Three. Okay. Yeah, I want to see more commitment to selling that we are not getting. We're right back at the line. Let's see if we completely invalidate it, which we end up spiked. Let's see. Got about 20 seconds left on this one. Ugh. I need to go back to the chiropractor. See, RSI alone isn't enough to say, okay, we're gonna sell, right? Because we did a little bit in each instance, but all of these were late, right? Because by the time you get this signal, we're already onto this candle. By the time you get this signal, we're already onto this candle. By the time you got that, we're already, coming down here, and then you get in, we come all the way back up. So, um, we can form a red brick. Probably gonna get in for a sell. What? No. I was looking for one brick, not almost formed three right there. If we can pull back to where I should have entered here, 5. I'm looking for 5. Okay. Sometimes the market moves a little too fast, or I'll just wait for more commitment in selling. Okay. And now we're all the way back up there. It's like every time I was gonna enter, the market's just kind of, it's too fast and then it reverses out of nowhere. So, okay, wow. We may be invalidating this high now. Maybe, but I don't think we'll create a new one because this is already back underneath. So we're not going to create a new one. Yeah, so once the RSI gets back below, we don't create a new line. Even if we buy above, we're not going to create a new, yeah, we're not going to create a new overbought line. So we're just not. the market would have to become overbought again. So this is our zone right here. And it's like when we sell aggressively, but then it's immediately absorbed by buyers. So, like all of these sells, right? They happen pretty quick. There was no opportunity to enter. There was like, boom, sell, 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 sell. But then right after it, you get an aggressive buying candle, another aggressive buying candle. You sold, and then another aggressive buying candle. So, if we could form a brick, which we just did, 1 second, 6. Give me 6. Sound like a gambler. I'm like, give me 6. Okay, there's your 6. All right, I'm in for 2. Yeah, I'm in for 2 at 6. Almost exact. Okay, maybe not 6. I think I got in a little late. Actually got in a lot late. We're down about 20, 19, 15. I'm saying what we're down. We're down 20, 13. Yeah, I'm looking to see if we can hold this sell. Yeah, I gotta watch this, not that, because this tells me if we buy up like 1, 2, 3, I'm out at that point. I'm getting out. But if we can continue to sell, continue to keep printing red bricks, that's my cue to stay in. This tells me whether or not I'm in or I'm out. Not this, because if I'm seeing a succession of red bricks like this, we're good. If I'm seeing a succession of green bricks, we're still, because we're, again, like I said, we're still very buy heavy, um, very buy heavy. And so I wouldn't want to stay in a sell too long. Um, Looks like we're almost okay. We just formed a green. If we form another green, we're getting out. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, we have to form a succession of green before I get out. This is completely irrelevant. It's right here. This is where I'm looking. Because also, I don't have stop loss again. Listen. Okay, so there's your green. So we've just pressed above. I'm going to give it one more green break and we're out. That'll be 30 ticks, which is reasonable. I think 30 ticks is reasonable. Yeah, we're not wanting to hold that sell. Okay, there you go. Wow, we are down 45. That jump right there is what got you. I'm gonna have to close out manually, so that jumped up 54 ticks. Um, I was gonna set my stop loss. I was not expecting a huge push like that. So that is toast. Not toast, toast. We're still good. We were only in 2 contracts, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, so we couldn't get a clean move, right? Yesterday, very clean. Today, absolutely not. That just completely invalidated that entire um that entire line right there. Looks like we're going to be getting another overbought signal in a couple of seconds. Like, okay, maybe 40 seconds. We'll become overbought again. Yeah, we just don't want to. Um, yeah, we just do not want to hold cells here. So, again, very buy heavy. Very buy heavy. Oof, we almost did. Not almost, but not quite. Hmm. Okay, so we have this formed. We bought up. We have a new red. I don't know. Part of me is like, maybe this time. But I don't want to get caught in that trap of maybe this time it's gonna sell. Maybe this time, and then it never does. You know what I'm saying? Of course, when I think about it, then it does. But obviously, um, I don't know. I don't know. Do, 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 do. Like I said, sell heavy. I mean, sorry, buy heavy. I want to see, I want to see commitment to selling. Got a meeting in about 30-ish minutes. No real aggressive selling, just it's like we sell really hard and then we kind of stall, and then it's followed by more aggressive buying. So, okay, there's your sell. There's your cell, potentially. I don't know. I keep saying there's your cell, and it never sells. Bum, 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 bum. Of course. But anyways, so I'm selling here because I'm seeing, okay, we bought, okay, no, it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go. But yeah, I see that we bought, okay, yeah, so I see that we bought up above this, but I don't know, this is still valid. So yeah, tried to get in here, but again, like I said, we're still very buy heavy just on the, we're buy heavy on the day. Look at all that. Um, I keep trading against the grain. I don't know why. I don't know. Something's wrong with me. Like, and I just high hopes, but it's like I'm selling when there's no real pressure to sell. Like it's just not there. It's just not there. But I think I'm expecting it to, because I don't know, you look back and you see all of these clean cells and you're just like, why can't I get in on those kind of moves, you know? Um, but I definitely think that my my execution needs to be better. I need to have better execution rules because before I had execution rules, right? So again, for example, today, this was my execution right here. You break, come back, buy. That should have been the one and only trade. This account should probably be gone by now. Surprised it's still going. We're down like another 50. Okay, there we go. Just lost the account right off that. Yeah, it's like my rules for entering just like I don't know. What are my rules? I was selling off of this and it just would not sell. Um, and I was only in two contracts. Like I said, two dismiss notification, two contracts. That's all. Just two. And if this sells, I'm gonna be a little bit irritated because yeah, it's like um, before I had a very strict, okay, pull enter. Now it's like I'm waiting for this, that. I don't really know. I don't. Um, and then you got all this noise and this mess that's happening up top here. And of course, we're gonna sell down the one time that I'm not in, we're gonna sell down. Um, but no, it's like, how do because I'm over here targeting this, right? I want to target all this. And I wasn't even in a lot of contracts. I was in two, two contracts, two contracts, no stop loss, but two contracts expecting a sell off of this, and it just would not go. So what are the rules? What rules can I have in place? Because this was a $90 account, 90, um and it was for, ouch, um a 50, it's for a 50K with no, um no, what's it called, yeah, no activation fee, and we just keep buying, right? Well, now we're kind of chopping, but yeah, it's like when you're stuck in this, like this is my problem, right? When I enter it's either the wrong side or it's chop. It's either on the wrong end of the trade or it's chop. It's like if you had to flip a coin and you could enter and it's either up or down, should be simple, but it never is. It never is. It's like why can't you just enter on the right side for once? Well, I did yesterday, and yeah, one contract, and then I come in today, I'm like, okay, just do two contracts, nothing huge, nothing substantial. I mean, on my other account I was trading five contracts, so that tells you it's not the size, right? It's literally not the size. It's hey buddy, it's the fact, like, again, I come in right here, okay? This, based off of my old strategy, should have been a single win and done. But then you have all of this where we're overbought and we're overbought and we're overbought and we keep buying, buying, buying. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to trade the pullback, right? We bought above, we got substantial push down. I'm like, okay, this is my sell. This is my sell opportunity. No, keeps buying, keeps buying. Now we're just moving sideways. How do you avoid that? How do you avoid the sideways movement? I'm going to hold up. Gonna screenshot today. Yeah, I'm just gonna screenshot today and then we will put this in our thing. Download image. Yeah, I think no expectation. No expectation, because you're sitting here waiting, like, okay, what are you targeting? Where is it going? I don't know, right? I don't even know that we're going to sell. Um, and our job isn't to predict the future. It's copy, documents, documents. No, 1 second. I always forget. Our job is not to predict, paste, is not to predict the future, but to just go with the flow, right? And so I don't know. How do I did like I said yesterday, Thursday, Jan 22. What day is it? 2026. Like I said yesterday, um, I don't have any targets. I don't have any hard rules. I don't have anything, right? It's just, it's a theory in my head, and there's no hard rules about it. The problem with RSI is problem, but the problem with RSI is it can continue buying or it could sell and then pull all the way back up and then sell again, right? Um, and then sell again. And it's like, what are you getting stuck in? Which side of that are you getting stuck in? Because then I have the issue with this, right? So we come in, we break, pull back, enter, right? Seems clear enough, but last week it just created nothing but problems. Um, and I wonder if it has to do with the when it breaks, like if it breaks early. I don't know. See, I don't know. But, because yeah, I don't know. I wish this had a, let me see. Is there a way I can go to my photos? Photos. Well, we'll probably do this later. Yeah, we'll probably do this later. Well, those are all my old videos. So this PC apparently has no huh? Gallery. But they don't care about the gallery. And where did this picture go? Okay. Uh okay. I don't even know where half of these pictures are coming from, so some of the stuff is really, really old. These are like all of my photos from like a thumb drive that I found. Okay, that's a lot of pictures dating back to 2005. What? Okay, one second. Yikes. 2013. Okay, that this is old. Okay. Well, we'll figure this out later, but I gotta go. I got a meeting.